When Russia first unveiled the MiG-35, it was marketed as the next-generation multi-role fighter that could restore the reputation of the famous MiG brand. Developed by Mikoyan, the MiG-35 was meant to be an advanced evolution of the MiG-29 Fulcrum, a fighter that had once rivaled America's F-16 and F-A-18 during the Cold War. The MiG-35 project began in the early 2000s, with the goal of creating a highly agile, cost-effective, and technologically modern fighter that could appeal to both the Russian Air Force and foreign buyers. It promised cutting-edge avionics, an active electronically scanned array radar, advanced weapon compatibility, improved range, and reduced maintenance needs compared to older MiG-29 variants. Russia hoped this aircraft would not only modernize its own fleet, but also secure lucrative export contracts in a market where affordable yet capable fighter jets were in high demand. The MiG-35 was designed as a 4++ generation multi-role combat aircraft, bridging the gap between older 4th-generation fighters and the stealth-oriented 5th generation. It could perform both air superiority and ground attack missions. Under the hood, it was powered by two Klimov RD-33 Mk engines, each producing 9,000 kilograms of thrust with afterburner, giving it a maximum speed of Mach 2.25 and an operational ceiling of around 17,500 meters. Its combat range was roughly 1,000 kilometers without external fuel tanks, significantly better than the original MiG-29 thanks to internal fuel capacity upgrades. The aircraft could carry up to 7,000 kilograms of ordnance on 9 hardpoints, including R-77 and R-73 air-to-air missiles, Kh-31 anti-ship and anti-radiation missiles, precision-guided bombs, and unguided rockets. The inclusion of the Zuk-AE AESA radar allowed the MiG-35 to track multiple targets at greater distances, with better resistance to jamming. Its optical location system offered infrared search and track capabilities without revealing the aircraft's position, while the cockpit featured modern, multifunctional displays and a helmet-mounted targeting system. On paper, the MiG-35 looked promising. It was supposed to be more affordable than the heavy Su-30 or Su-35, while offering enough firepower and electronics to compete internationally. However, the reality turned out very different. The first major problem was timing. By the time the MiG-35 entered limited production in the late 2010s, the global fighter market had moved on to 5th-generation stealth aircraft. Nations looking for 4th-generation fighters were already signing deals for proven platforms such as the Dassault Rafale, Eurofighter Typhoon, Saab Gripen E, and even upgraded F-16V Block 70s. These competitors often had better avionics integration, more combat experience, and strong political or industrial backing from NATO countries. The second major issue was lack of orders. Even the Russian Air Force showed limited interest, ordering only a small batch for evaluation and parade appearances. Unlike Sukhoi aircraft, which had the backing of the Russian defense establishment and strong export partners like India and China, Mikoyan had lost much of its influence after the 1990s economic crisis. Many former MiG customers, such as Malaysia and Algeria, had shifted towards Sukhoi fighters or Western aircraft due to reliability concerns with the MiG-29 family. The MiG-35's promised AESA radar and other features were often delayed or offered only in downgraded export versions, further weakening its appeal. Operationally, the MiG-35 faced the same logistical and maintenance challenges as earlier MiG designs. While Russia claimed that the aircraft had lower operational costs than the MiG-29, foreign operators were skeptical. Even technologically, the aircraft was caught in a no-man's land. It was more advanced than older fourth-gen jets, but lacked stealth features, sensor fusion, and the network-centric warfare capabilities that modern air forces were demanding. Western sanctions on Russia after 2014 made financing, spare parts, and international cooperation difficult. Many nations feared committing to an aircraft whose supply chain might be disrupted by future sanctions or political pressure. As a result, potential deals with countries like Egypt and Bangladesh either stalled or were cancelled. Meanwhile, Russia's own military spending priorities shifted toward Su-57 development and the mass production of proven Sukhoi models, leaving the MiG-35 without strong funding or production momentum. In the end, the MiG-35 became more of a showpiece aircraft than a widely deployed frontline fighter. While technically capable and agile, it failed to secure the trust, orders, and political support needed to thrive in the modern fighter market. It serves as a reminder that in today's defense industry, even a well-designed aircraft can fail if it arrives late, lacks a strong industrial network, and cannot compete with global trends towards stealth, advanced avionics, and integrated warfare systems. The MiG-35 story is one of lost potential. A jet that might have been successful in the late 1990s or early 2000s, but instead became a symbol of the MiG Design Bureau's struggle to stay relevant in the 21st century.